That's a buck right there. More deer tracks. I was talking about the old railroad hump. So we're gonna go up there, and that should well, I'm just listening right now. But yeah, we're gonna go up here and get up on top of that, and we are going to work our way down it and head that way towards the should be hopefully some water flow, and we should meet up with it right up over here. So, and actually, if you, as you can see, as these deers are coming through here, you can actually see a game trail from where they've been walking. So, and that's right through here. So if you basically look, when you're looking at game trails, you're looking at the path of least resistance. So all through right there, here's some doing that. So it looks like this some walking here and stuff, and which we're gonna go up this. Just kind of get you a little bit up higher. It literally. Oh, hold on. It's literally a different degree in temperature up here than it is down there. And that's because all the foliage here. And you're a little bit higher up as well. So you always want to remember when you're walking, you know, because this is the kind of place where it's not normally traveled by a person. Especially, you know, I haven't walked this trail, and this is the trail I usually go on out here. And you see we're already coming up to the water. In over a year. And when I did that last time, that's only because I brought Riley back here. I took Riley out and I showed her. Oh, okay, yeah, so just got into these thorns here. Something you always gotta watch out for around here. A lot of thorn bushes. But my dad doesn't really walk back here. No one else comes back here. So you gotta watch out, especially things like this. Look at this. Little animal hole. But we're here, we're at the creek. You can see that's where that first creek is I showed you. We're a little high up. We're gonna keep going this way because I know there's kind of a little path that we can walk down. And that will take us to where I wanted to land on the creek. And watch out for spiders. This is always a real beautiful spot to me, right here. We're a little bit up right now, and you got the creek. It comes, it does this wet wrap around right here, and it's super pretty. You got all that, and then it goes right there, wraps around. It comes back off down in there. So we'll go down there right now. Let us do that. We're going to find a path of least resistance. We should be able, oh shit, to make it down here without dying. It's kind of steep. Look at this tree. It's like roots are sticking out of the ground and shit. Use it for some stability. I'm just going to try and jump and land right there. And we made it. It's that easy. Alright. I'm standing in the middle of thorns. Alright. This is why I like this spot. It's kind of clear a little bit. You know, banks are nice. And the creek's beautiful. And it's great that it's just right here on our property. More deer tracks, active deer. Gotta think, I haven't been hunting out here in a while, and I know no one else really does. Dad doesn't hunt anymore, so you got that big shelf. So really all the animals are just free to kind of live life through our property. Show you all these snake trails. So this is a snake trail. You see all these right here through the sand. And they're always out in here. Always doing something. We're not going to go too far back that way. But yeah, figured I'd come out here and second hiking video of the year. Make it my own property because I love my property. And we're going to cross the creek real quick. I can just use this log. Probably found some pretty cool rocks out here when we came out here. This is the first thing I want to show you. So it's this little natural stream that runs off into the creek. But there's actually a pretty cool underground like cavern that the creek runs under down here. So we're going to go check this out. Man, maybe I probably shouldn't even have crossed. Shit, alright, well let's go back. I just used this log here, stepped on it, step off of it. Quite simple. So constantly looking at the ground. You always want to be aware of what's below your feet. Whether you're in boots or not, barefoot especially, because you step on something, you get injured out in the woods, you know, help's not coming, especially if you're, you know, off on some big hike, 2-day hike, something like that out the Grand Canyon or at some park. You know, getting injured is one of the most dangerous things that can happen. So you always want to make sure you can steer away from that. And getting wet. That's why no matter what, until I have to. Oh shit! That was like some fucking dunk ass. That sand was so wet, I sunk. Look, sunk deep. I know what you're thinking. I ain't got boots. I'm wearing my Nikes, but these Nikes are destroyed. That's why I'm wearing them. All right, let's make sure I don't see no snakes or anything. We look pretty clear. And this thing runs flat through, and this right here is rock. This isn't mud. It's running off all these rocks. As you can see, it actually runs. Let me get a good shot of it. It's actually running through the ground, probably about 15 feet. There's a little waterfall off in there, right there. It's really pretty. It's really cool to have in my own backyard. We used to fuck around in there all the time. You can walk across the top of it. But basically the top is just all roots. And it's cool, man. It's real cool. When I found it, I thought it was interesting. My dad actually didn't even know about it. So I showed him. Dude, I almost don't want to walk back through this sand, dude. That sand sucked. We might get up on this shelf and go from there. There's somebody on the railroad tracks right there. There's somebody walking. I heard him. Yeah, someone walking. Right there. Right there. 2 people. So, I've kind of just been sitting here for a little bit, letting them pass. They're coming back already. They were down fucking around at the railroad bridge. I already know that. I can see them walking. Oh, I can show you if you guys can see it. Let's keep going. It's nice when it's real warm. Because when you're out here, most of this creek, sand bottom, you know, sand bottom creek, and you can see it's very clear, you know, and it's not that deep. So you take your shoes off, or you wear some nice sandals, and you can just kind of walk through here, and as long as you're keeping an eye out where you're stepping, you know, like say, yeah, like that's actually pretty deep right there. Maybe about a foot, but I wouldn't step into that because that's a perfect little hole for some snake to be sitting in for when a minnow or something comes down over here. Boom, he's got dinner. And cottonmouths are a big thing out here. Here's a cottonmouth den. This is perfect bedding for a snake. I'm looking at it. And something like that. All those sticks and leaves all put together. Or like, look at this. Look how it's all covered in sand, but underneath it is a shelf of sticks and twigs and shit along this creek. That's a snake heaven. This water is pretty cold, so I don't know how active they are in it at this moment, but that is not what you want to... I might have to get a little wet here. I don't really know what to do. Set this down. Alright. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just roll my pants up, and I'm going to slip my shoes off and my socks off, and I'm going to just walk across, and there you go. That'll kind of just be the end of it. You carry your shoes and socks. It's better than getting your shoes all wet, and I really don't want to get my shoes soaking wet right now. I didn't bring that many pairs of shoes down here with me, so I can't afford to lose 2 shoes because I already got my other ones wet last night, fucking around by the pool. So, all right, I'm taking the shoes off. And we're getting across this creek. You know, some would say, Colton, maybe you should bring boots, you know, that are waterproof. And I'd say, yeah, you're probably right, you know. It'd have been smart. I was rushing, though. I was coming to see my dad, and that overcame me being sensible and actually bringing boots. So, actually, I think because till this point I haven't had to do it, I think I'm probably going to leave my shoes off because I used to go barefoot out here all the time. I'm already going to be stepping in, and we're going to get it done. So, I think that should be cool. I'm going to put my little GoPro on a little time lapse right here because I found a little cool spot for it. And I'm going to let it do a time lapse while we take, because it's not too much longer till that thing. And if it gets too sticky, since I'm barefoot, I'm really not going to, oh man, I can't speak. Really not trying to get bit by a snake. So I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy, but I should just be able to walk the sand and the pebbles and be totally fine. So let's set up the let's set up this time lapse, and I'll show you guys that when I get back. And the time lapse is done. If you check it out right here, it's gonna be like, I don't know how long it will be, but I'm gonna put it right here real quick, just a little sneak preview. But the full thing will be at the end, and I'll probably post it separately on my channel as well. We are making our way back, kind of a different way. It will be here in about 1 second, because this is where we started this journey. Made it back here. Ish. You know, it's got like, that's like orange and some shit. I don't know, I probably said the wrong thing. I'm colorblind. I hope I don't fall. Ooh. All right, so this is where we started the journey up there. So we're gonna go the opposite direction, and we should pop out about it's like a maybe 3-acre walk over there. Look how deep that pool is. That's where you're gonna find some fucking minnows. Oh, there is. There's a minnow swimming around right there. Huh. Let me see if I can, fuck. I don't know, this might be a fucking sock off walk too, dude. Shit. We're gonna go this way. That's where the deer are going. We're gonna follow the deer. Another little stream runs back that way. I don't know. The deer seem to be following that. You can see the deer. Look at all this deer track going up this. All that shit. Down there, it's a fucking, look at that. You got a couple deers coming this way. See if we can get an eye on some of these minnows. You'll even get baby bluegill sometimes in this biatch. Not this hole in particular, but in these creeks. Because these creeks, I mean, even though they're on our property, they don't just run on our property. They run through multiple people's properties. You know what I mean? So, multiple creeks. I mean, multiple big-ass creeks, man. They run for a while. And we're going to make our way that way. Oh, shit. Without dying. Because that would be great. This is where, like, having trails is sick. Whether it be an animal trail or a human trail. Because now I'm just trail blazing. Literally, I'm pushing my way through the brush. It makes it harder to look at the ground. Makes it easier to get lost. Not necessarily in my situation, but that's real life stuff right there. Even me and Riley, we want to do there's several big long hikes that we want to go on. I mean, one of them, I think my biggest hike is a 2-week hike. It's a long hike. A lot of miles. And a lot of things could go wrong. Oh shit. And that's not what you want. Something goes wrong 3-4 days in, so you get lost, you get injured. That's a bad situation. And nobody wants to be stuck in something like that. This thorn barrel. Oh, I'm going to use the camera to push these thorns out the way. Oh. So every time I go out, I always try to think in that mindset that, you know, you never know what could happen. Anything could happen at any time. And it's just always best to be prepared for it. Okay. So normally I jump from there to there. But I have cameras on me. And I don't, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to do it. It's a leap. It's a leap, man. Yeah. Let's see if I make it in the water still with all this equipment and shit. So here. I don't even know how to hold the camera. I'm just I gotta use this arm for momentum, so. Oh, woo, I made it, baby. That was a jump, man. Middle of it, I thought I was about to be on my ass. Let's go there and there. Now we're kind of in the middle of the creek. This is a sticky situation. All right. A lot of camera movement. I'm sorry, guys. I'll make sure to edit all this out. It's not good. Oh. So somewhere along here, we're going to find the meeting of these two creeks. Because actually, those two creeks I showed you, they converge into one. And I'm pretty sure it's up here. There's thorns in the way. Great. Use that for my foot. And try and step on all these thorns. But, ooh, that root gave out. Like that. Push the thorns off to the side. they're better off on the ground than in my leg. And this is one of our trails. One of my original plan was to take the UTV from the house and bring it all the way out here and actually start to walk there. But instead I just walked from my property and got us out here. Give me some water. Oh, good thing about having an old tractor and a bush hog is to keep this trail tamed. Once a month, you just drive down it. And it's a lot easier of a drive than it is a walk. So, we'll get there though. Actually, I'll see you guys when we get there because I'm not going to take you all the way through here. Well, actually, here's our old pig pond. My dad dug it out and made it a little bit deeper. But that's an old pig pond where the pigs used to waller. And you can definitely tell because when it rains, it smells kind of like shit. So, but I will, like I said, I'll see you guys when I get closer to the house. It'll be about 10 minutes. So there's these animals out here. And I think they're cats. You're real zoomed in, so I know it looks real shaky, you know. But, here, he's moving right now. He's right there. There's another one right there. Oh, he's just laying down. They're just laying down in the street. Become roadkill. That would suck. But made our way back down. We're pretty much here, back at the main property, and I am ready to get these wet shoes off my feet. I can tell you guys that. That caliper and the one pad on my mom's car. Well, my dad took a nap, so that's why I figured it was a good time to go out and do us a little hiking video out in the woods. Get away a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and end part 2 here. If you guys enjoyed, remember to hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe, and join me for part 3. Be a little bit later tonight, cracking a beer, enjoying ourselves.